Test, test. There we go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm using this new platform. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I believe during this coronavirus pandemic, we need to take some time in order and learn how to remove collection accounts from your credit report, okay, from your credit report. I believe that is very imperative. I think it's very important because right now we're really focusing on stimulus packages. We're looking for support. We're looking for work. We're looking for extra money. We're looking for side hustle. I thank everyone in the chat for letting me know that my sound is now good. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Tonight, I see we got Philip Neary, Jermaine Anderson, Tiffany Glasgow, just to name some shout outs. And we have B-Rock, the Great Wilson. Okay. All right, guys, let's get right into this session here because I really want you guys to understand. Now, bear with me, as we will call it, some boring information. I have some boring information to start off with nonetheless, but I believe that would be imperative for you guys to stay through this whole live session because I'm giving a giveaway. And it's not the type of giveaway where it's going to put money in your pocket eventually. Okay, it's going to put money in your pocket eventually. It's going to actually free up a lot of debt. Promise me, I've used this tactic. My girlfriend has used it. My friends have used it. My friend in Florida has used it. He's helped them buy a home. Ain't no tricks. I'm not selling you anything. If anybody knows me, I have a link in the description. You can donate money to me. Or if you want financial advice and financial coaching, you can go to rawsworldfinancial.com. That's rawsworldfinancial.com. Okay, enough said there. Now, what we're looking at here is the FCRA 609. That means the Fair Credit Report Act 609. And basically what this is talking about, I'm gonna read the very first paragraph, is basically going to get into some identity theft, fraud, and things like that. But basically they're saying is if you have fraudulent collections on your account, but rather what it's really saying is if the credit collection company can't prove that you actually signed a contract or account or to sign up for this particular account that you may have, then they must delete it or the credit reporting agencies will delete it. But again, this is federal government talk, so you know it's all over the place. For the purpose of documenting fraudulent transactions resulting from identity theft no later than 30 days after the date of receipt of a request from a victim in accordance with paragraph, and subject to verification of the identity of the victim and the claim of identity theft in accordance with paragraph 2, a business entity that has provided credit to provided for consideration products, goods, or services to accepted payment from or otherwise enter into a commercial transaction for consideration with a person who has allegedly made unauthorized use of the means of identification of the victim shall provide a copy of application and business transaction records in the control of the business entity, whether maintained by the business entity or by another person on behalf of the business entity, evidence any transaction alleged to be resulted of identity theft. So this is one that came about, I believe, during the Obama presidency. And a lot of people jumped on this and cleaned up their credit. I've used this as well, okay? I've gave these letters out, not this is just a government form you can go look up, but I have credit letters to give you guys. So if you have some things on your credit report, either by way of fraudulent activity or by your negligence, this is the gray area. I don't know if I should be teaching this. Should I be teaching this? I don't know. Is this illegal? Man, whatever. Okay. I'm here to help people. So the gray area in this is when, let's take, for instance, you have an AT&T cell phone bill and you switch over to T-Mobile, but you still have an AT&T cell phone bill that's maybe $500-600. Maybe your internet was combined. You know, we always got these lingering accounts that we left from another organization, and they keep calling us trying to get like $500-600, and we don't have the money or we don't want to pay the money, right? Believe me, I've been there. So you're like, man, I ain't paying that. I'm with T-Mobile, I'm with Verizon, I'm with Sprint. So what ended up happening, AT&T will sell that account to a collection agency. Now, granted, when it gets to that point, your credit report is probably already dropped anywhere from 20 to 50 points. I mean, they hit it hard, okay? They hit it hard, and it makes it very difficult for you to go out and obtain loans to buy cars and houses. And if you do, it's at a very, very high interest rate, okay? A very, very high interest rate. Now, here's some legal jargon that they, during the Obama presidency, that actually did help a lot of people, but a lot of people, unfortunately, didn't know about it, okay? Let's move right along. That's 609, and this is 611, okay? And the FCRA simply means Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, I'm going to read the first paragraph. Bear with me. Subject to subsection, if the completeness of accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer, and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller of such dispute, the agency shall free of charge conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the disputed information is inaccurate and record the current status of the disputed information, or delete the item from the file in accordance with paragraph 5 before the end of the 30-day period beginning on the date on which the agency receives the notice of dispute from the consumers or resale. So let's look at paragraph 5. Let's see what they have. It says treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. This is key. This is key. I'm going to tell you why this is very important. Because a lot of times when they sell your account, they can't verify that that's your account. Because the one thing you say, oh, okay, sir, so you're saying that you guys bought this account, you had this account from AT&T, okay? AT&T is just used for an example for those who are just joining us. So can I see where I signed something? Because if not, according to FCRA 611, you must delete that from my credit report. And we know how some of these collection agencies are. They're like, man, I ain't deleting nothing from your credit report. We're going to kill your credit. Cool. So now here's the heart of the video right here. You know, I don't waste a lot of time. Now, first and foremost, let's hop on something before I move to these letters. Let's move to one important letter, because what happens is when you guys go out and you have people to run your credit report to check your credit score, there's two types. When you run your own credit score, whether it be with credit.com or what's the other one? Karma? Not Karma. Forgot the other one. So it's all there. Credit Karma. Yes, Credit Karma. Thank you. Those are soft runs of your credit, so it will not affect your credit score. They're not as accurate, but they're really close to it, because Credit Karma doesn't report your FICO score. Okay, usually your bank may have your FICO score and it's still a soft run. But Credit Karma, which is a free service, hopefully everybody knows about that. They do what they call a Vantage score. They look at your Vantage score, and the Vantage score was actually created by Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Nonetheless, here is a letter that I will email to anybody. My email is in the description as well. And this will help delete inquiries off your credit report, because every time you go out, you're like, you know what? I really want this washer and dryer. I don't have the money, but they do offer financing. I don't really want to put it on financing, but I really need a washer and dryer. Now, anybody knows me, you should save your money, then go buy it. But I know sometimes people become in a pinch where you actually need it, or you really want it because it's a need. Sometimes wants can carry over into a need, and then sometimes need is just wants that we thought we needed. Okay. Now, this letter will help delete inquiries off your credit report. You see the basic standard form here, and you want to do it for all three credit agencies. Now, when you go to annualcreditreport.com and get your entire credit report, just because they're not reported, because sometimes they may report it on TransUnion, but not Equifax, okay? They may report it on Equifax, but not Experian. And you absolutely want to send this letter to all three credit agencies, So it's a basic form, okay? Your name, your date, request for investigation of unauthorized inquiries, And a lot of times, believe me, even if you did it, here's the gray area. Even if you actually try to get financing for a credit card, financing for an appliance, a loan of some sort, a lot of these are still removed. Is it worth your time? Is it worth your money to buy a stamp? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If your credit score is below 720, this is worth it. This is worth it. Now, if you guys are over the credit score of 720 and you want to get to 800, go ahead and do it. My credit score is 735 and I still get things at 3% or lower. You know, whether it be my mortgage, 3% or lower. My car, 3% or lower. I got to believe my car is at 3% exactly. So 720 is a real key score. And you can ask anyone in the credit game. 720 is a real key score to get really, really low interest rates. Okay, really, really low interest rate. But the more, the merrier. All right. I checked my personal credit report, which I acquired from your organization on. And again, this is sending to the organization, but I don't really waste my time. I just change the verbiage and send it right to the credit reports. But I got some information for you guys, some letters for you guys that if you don't want to do this route, you can bypass it and send it right to the credit agencies. But this could be easy. This could be easy for you if you do it directly with the company, because now with COVID-19 and everything like that, you can simply mail this in. You either mail it or you can send by email, okay? You can send by email. Now, I don't want to get too technical, guys, but I don't have this in a Word format. The other letters I do have in a Word format, but if anybody understands how Adobe works, if you buy the paid version just for 1 month or for the trial period, it's free. And it can actually make this where you can actually edit the form, okay? So look that up. I don't want to get too technical, but you can use Adobe, not just the reader, but the Adobe DC where you can actually edit the form in PDF format. Okay. All right, here we go. So I contacted blah, 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 who conducted inquiry and asked them to remove the credit inquiry from my credit profile. I request that you initiate an investigation into this inquiry on my credit report to determine who authorized the inquiry. If once your investigation is complete, you find my allegation to be true, please remove the unauthorized inquiry and send me an updated copy of my credit report at the address listed above. If you find the inquiry referenced above to be valid, please send me a description of the procedures using your investigation within 15 days of completion of the investigation. Thank you for your assistance in this matter, and the regular stuff. What else to send? Be sure to include a copy of the credit report page showing proof of the inquiry of that company. And it doesn't hurt to highlight the section to the credit bureau just so there's no mistake delaying the process and adding additional communication. But if you guys want to double up, believe me, I understand. You send this to the company and you send this to the credit reporting agencies, okay? All right. I'm going to read some of your notes and then I'm going to get into my letters. Okay, who do we have here? Oh, Joan Anderson, good evening, good evening. And Nolan Baptiste, good evening, good sir. We got Ron Beck tonight. And then Ron Beck is that I have an internet bill in collections that isn't my fault. I count the account in good standing when I moved, and I got collections at about 6 months. Later that it was canceled because of non-payment. Some idiot didn't pay it and cancel it. Okay, so this one is very easy. I'm about to show you my letters here really quickly. And the only thing you have to do, I have the instruction letter and everything. Let me make sure I pop up the instruction letter, which is very, very important. Bear with me. I didn't pop that one up originally, but I will, because this is going to be important. And I can send you guys all this information. And if you're worrying, he's going to give us all this good information that he's going to charge us $10,000. No, 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 no. If anybody knows me, if I'm not coaching for you, everything else is pretty much absolutely free for the people. Okay. This is the one-stop shop for a lot of free stuff. But if you need that extra boost in your finances, go ahead and hook your boy up and go over rossworldfinancial.com. And we can do one-on-one sessions where I can teach you a lot of good methods to making money and also freeing up debt. And other streams of revenue, okay? And other streams of revenue. Where am I? All right. Here we go, guys. Let me show you the letter that is going to walk you through, Okay, this is what I call the instruction booklet. Okay, the instruction booklet, what is going to walk you through how to complete the letters, and it's easy. And it's easy. A high schooler could do this. Okay, so that's how easy it is. So don't worry that it's super hard. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to read all of this. This book may not be reproduced or transferred in any form without written permission from the author. The accuracy and completeness of information provided herein are not guaranteed or warranted to produce any particular results, and advice and or strategies contained within may or may not be suitable for every individual. The author shall not be liable for any laws incurred as a consequence of the use and application, directly or indirectly, of any information presented in this work. This book is designed to provide accuracy to the subject matter within, and the author has used his efforts in preparing this book. It is so with the understanding that the author is not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, or other professional services. If legal advice or expert assistance is required, the services of a competent professional should be sought. Woo, tongue twister. Okay, why it works. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are the three main credit reporting agency acts, or CRAs. Okay, I'm gonna move right along. You should understand that this type of reporting is all electronic. There is no paperwork. It's all digital. There is never a verification of any signed documents or contracts or anything. Every month, without fail, banks and credit card companies send electronic files with details of your account to the credit reporting agencies. The credit reporting agencies or bureaus place the information into your credit report without verification. Someone can just report it and they put it on your credit report without verification. No one is checking if this account is really yours. No one is checking if the information is correct. No one is checking on the banks or creditors to make sure that they are doing the right thing. Interesting, I know. All right, the Fair Credit Report, we put that information inside there, so I won't bore you with that any longer. If you ask to verify the information about the bills when in an electronic communication to the creditors asking if the information is correct, and the creditor will most likely say yes. So when you go and you do an electronic dispute, I know you guys have, you went to Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, try to do an electronic dispute. When they say this information is not accurate, dispute, this account is not mine, what the credit agencies turn around and do is send that electronically to this company and say, hey, this person is saying that this account is not theirs. This account is not accurate, that they paid off this account in full. And then those companies turn back and say, no, this is their account. This is the amount, okay? But no one is looking at the original signed contracts. Remember I'm talking about the original signed contracts. No one knows this takes place except for those in the know, and you are now in the know. The CRAs are in violation of the FCRA, but since people don't know their rights, the credit reporting agencies don't do anything about it. But now, armed with this new information, you will be able to help yourself. Many of the adverse items on your credit report may in fact be true. So if you were to dispute the adverse items with the traditional dispute process, most of those accounts will be verified and will stay on your credit report, thus in turn keeping your FICO score down. This is not what you're going to do, and never dispute your credit reports online. Never. Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act does not care whether the negative account is valid or not. The letter disputes the CRA's right to report the adverse account, not whether or not the adverse account is valid. These letters will request under Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act that the CRA send you a copy of the original contract that you signed that they are supposed to have. I mean, if they're verifying the account as being valid, correct, then by law, you are supposed to have a copy of that contract to do so. But they don't. And since they don't, they can't provide you a copy, nor can they legally verify the account. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they must provide you a copy if you request it. Since they will not be able to provide you such a document, the account will be unverified, and under federal law, any unverified account must be deleted. Holler at your boy. Remember, your results will vary depending on how many accounts you need to dispute and so forth and so on. Okay. What to expect? What to expect? When you send your notarized letter to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they may try to ignore you. Notarized. Okay, we're going to go over the letters. Notarized. And they may send you a letter saying that something is suspicious. So on the behalf They may ignore you or try to intimidate you to stop you from continuing your disputes. However, you have to keep going, okay? Here is some of the information. I'm not going to go over all of this. I know I've been really chatty. This is all in the package that I will send you, okay? All in the package that I will send you. This is some of the reasoning that they give you that they believe that is inaccurate of what you're trying to do. And I get into some more information, but it's a quick read. It's a quick read, okay, guys? This is 9 pages, but you'll be well informed. It will take you 10 to 15 minutes because sometimes I like to read things 2 or 3 times, okay? Just so I get the gist of it, okay? So now that we went over the instruction booklet, because this is going to break down and walk you down a lot of great things, okay? A lot of great things. Now let's move to the letters that you will receive that's going to help you remove this information off your credit report. And when you remove these things off your credit report, let me tell you, your credit report is going to shoot up. It's going to rise up. It's going to go up, and you're going to be like, wow, I've never had this good credit in my life. That's what you're going to, I'm telling you, it works. Okay. It works. All right, let's move right along here. Let me show you. Let me break this down for you. Now, I know the dates. It's going to be a little old, but nonetheless, let's see here. I'm going to do 1 page. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to set it up for you. I'll put this in read mode, so it's very, 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 very big. Okay, here we go. So here are the letters. I'm going to blow this up. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Now, and again, this comes in a Word document. It comes in a Word document. And you know, Word plays games when you open it. If anybody's ever dealt on Word, you know, you can change all of this. So this 9 up here is just chilling. Okay, so this is the information that you have to put in this form. And don't forget, these letters, this first series, now you got 4 series of letters. 4. The first one, I'm going to tell you right now, in my experience and the people I gave these letters to, they really don't work. It's usually the second and third letters that you actually see things start to be deleted off your credit report. And it works phenomenally. Is it going to work for every account? No. You have to keep sending them in, keep sending them in, keep sending them in. So there is some work that you need to put in. It is some work that you need to put in. So let's go over these letters. All right, you got your standard name, address. Yes, you have to put your entire social security number on here. I know, but again, these are going to the credit agency, so they already have your social security number. It's not coming to me. Okay, here's the actual address. You can verify all this information, but this is accurate. It's going like this one, take for instance, for Experian. Now I have letters. It's going to say Experian, 4 letters for Experian, 4 letters for TransUnion, 4 letters for Equifax. Now it's going to have some legal jargon in there because, you know, I had to put this together in a particular manner. According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 609, you are required by federal law to verify through the physical verification of the original signed consumer contract and any and or accounts you post on a credit report. Otherwise, anyone paying for your reporting service could fax, mail, or email in a fraudulent account. I demand to see verifiable proof, an original consumer contract with my signature on it. You have on file of these accounts listed below. Your failure to positively verify these accounts has hurt my ability to obtain credit. Under the FCRA, unverified accounts must be removed. And if you are unable to provide me with a copy of verifiable proof, you must remove the accounts listed below. And again, ladies and gentlemen, these unfortunately and fortunately are for accounts that are yours and that are not yours. You just want to dispute them, regardless if they're yours or not. Because again, as I said in the instruction booklet, they supposed to have by law your written signature. Even though it may be your account, they still need your written signature. And guess what? A lot of accounts you have don't have your written signature. So you can actually remove them. Okay? I demand the following accounts be verified or removed immediately. So these are a list of your accounts. You put the name of that account, you put the account number, and then provide physical verification. Provide physical verification, okay? Now, you don't provide that. What you do, you're telling them in that column, unverified account. That's what you're telling them. And for that particular column, it's asking, provide physical verification, okay? Now, granted, it's all the way down to 22. If you know how to work Word, you can delete this. You might have 1 or 2 accounts. You may have 5 accounts. You can delete that, okay? You can delete that. But you don't want to go over 22 on your first try. So if you got over 22 accounts, go to rossworldfinancial.com and you're going to need some special help from me. I'm just telling you. If you have more than 22 accounts in your collections, you're going to need some special help, okay? And I'm here to provide that help. So, okay, name of the account number, and for them to provide physical verification, okay? Next, please remove all non-account holder inquiries over 30 days old. Please add a promotional suppression to my credit file. So they can't keep adding things to your credit file, okay? You're going to say thank you. You're going to put your name here. Now, in witness whereof the said party has signed and sealed these presents the day and year first above written, signed, sealed, and delivered in the presence of, you write your name, you sign, whatever. Now, we're getting to the notary. State of County, I hereby certify that on this day before me, my officer duly qualified to take acknowledgement, personally appeared, your name, who is personally known to me, who has produced. And again, since this is notary, you have to wait to sign this in front of a notary, usually at a bank. Now, attached to this, and it's very easy, you can either use your phone or you can use some sort of scanning app. Very, very easy. And the only thing you do, you take a picture of your ID, you send it to yourself, you crop it, you paste it, and you put it on here. So you need a copy of your Social Security card and a copy of your ID card, okay? Usually a driver's license, passport, or ID. I know for me, I use my Social Security card and I use my passport because I don't want them to say, oh, you're not a citizen. And no. This is just me. This is me. I use my passport, okay? You can use, if you don't have your passport, you can use your driver's license or your state ID card, okay? Now, and again, some of this information is off. We understand that goes to the next page because that's the next one. So that's the first letter. That's the first letter, 1 and 2. With a copy of that, because you're notarizing this. When you notarize something, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it is a what? Legal document. And again, this is going to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, not me. It's going to them to remove those accounts that's under collections. Okay. Second letter, same information at the top, but the verbiage is different. Please be advised, this is my second written request. The unverified items listed below remain in my credit report in violation of federal law. You're required under the FCRA to have a copy of the original creditor's documentation on file to verify that this information is mine and is correct. In the result of your first investigation, you stated in writing that you verified that these items are being reported correctly, ? Who verified these accounts? You have not provided me a copy of any original documentation required under Section 609 and Section 611, a consumer contract with my signature on it. Physical verification. You did not provide me with any original documentation required under Section 609 and Section 611, which is under the federal law. Okay? You are required to promptly delete all information which cannot be verified. You can't verify because I know I didn't sign nothing. Take that off my darn credit report. The law is very clear as to the civil liability and the remedy available to me for negligent non-compliance. If you fail to comply, I'm a consumer and fully intend on pursuing litigation in this matter to enforce my rights under the FCRA. I demand the following accounts be verified or deleted immediately. This is the second letter. Now, usually this letter and the third letter usually does it because the verbiage in the legal jargon gets more aggressive. Same procedures here, same information there. You change the date. Let's say 16, you put 9. Oh, you put 2020. Again, this is a Word document, so you can edit it as need be. And again, for your Social Security card and your passport, make sure you take a picture, you crop it, you put it in there. Very, very 10 level basic stuff. This is 10 level. Okay, that's what we used to say in the military. That's 10 level. Anybody can do it. Okay, anybody can do it. If you want this stuff off your credit report, the things that I'm telling you is easy. From the PDF form to take stuff off your inquiry. Okay, you go to Adobe and get the one you can edit. You just go for the trial period and remind yourself on the calendar, like, hey, I entered that trial period. It's only for 3 days. Let me count it on the third day when I finish all my letters. Okay. All right. Again, here we're going to the third letter. Third letter, same information at the top. Please be advised, this is my third written request and final warning that I fully intend to pursue litigation in accordance with the FCRA to enforce my rights and seek relief and recover all monetary damages that I may be entitled to under Section 616 and Section 617 regarding your continued willful and negligent noncompliance. Now, those two sections, I'm not going to go over. They're pretty lengthy, but you can go research when you get this information or after this video. Despite two written requests, the unverified items listed below still remain in my credit report in violation of federal law. You're required under the FCRA to have a copy of the original creditor's documentation on file to verify that this information is mine and is correct. In the results of your first investigation and subsequent re-investigation, you stated in writing that you verified that these items are being reported correctly. Who verified these accounts? We're talking about Willis. You have not provided me a copy of any original documentation, a consumer contract with my signature on it, as required under Section 609 and Section 611. Furthermore, you have failed to provide the methods of verification as required under those two sections. You are required to properly delete all information which cannot be verified. I'm telling them, it cannot be verified, so you need to properly delete them. The law is very clear. As to the civil liability and the remedy available to me under those two sections, if you fail to comply with the federal law, I am logistics consumer and fully intend on pursuing litigation in this matter to enforce my rights under the FCRA. I demand the following accounts be verified or deleted immediately. Same procedures here, write in your accounts. Your account go here, the account account number, and it says unverified account. You leave that there. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. See this right here? This is saying creditor one. You're just gonna write, you're gonna put AT&T. Okay, you're not gonna leave that. You're gonna put AT&T, and let's say your account number is, whatever. But you're gonna leave this in this column. Okay, very easy. You're gonna leave that in that column. And then you understand we're in Word, so you can move this around to your bin, and you can also delete rows. So if I want to come here and I want to delete the entire row, and I want to insert, I want to delete sales. Excuse me. I want to delete the entire row. 2 sales, and I want to write 3 sales, entire row. Okay. I totally did that messed up. But you get what I'm getting at, guys. Golly, you know what I'm getting at. Okay. So you delete that entire row. The second page, again, your information. You put your Social Security card in there, your passport, your ID, so on and so forth. Now this is the fourth letter. I've never heard anyone getting to the fourth letter. I've never heard of it. Usually those accounts start falling off. Now, granted, some accounts may not come off because they're too new. They're too new. If it's within the first year, don't even try it. Usually the second and years after that, it really works. Now, here we go. Same information at the top. Notice of pending litigation seeking relief and monetary damages under FCRA, Section 616 and 617. Please accept this final written offer of settlement before litigation as my attempt to resolve your continual violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act regarding your refusal to delete unverified information from my consumer file. I intend to pursue litigation in accordance with the FCRA to seek relief and recover all monetary damage that I may be entitled to under those two sections if the unverified items listed below are not deleted immediately. A copy of this letter, as well as copies of the 3 written letters sent to you previously, will also become part of a formal complaint to the Federal Trade Commission and shall be used as evidence in pending litigation, provided you fail to comply with this offer of settlement. Despite 3 written letters, the unverified items listed below still remain on my credit report. I'm telling you, Get it all. I'm sorry. In violation of federal law, you're required under FCRA to have a copy of the original creditor's documentation on file to verify that this information is mine and is correct. In the result of your investigation, you stated in writing, verify that these items are being reported correctly. Who verify these accounts? You have not provided me a copy of any original documentation, so on and so forth. Promptly delete all information which cannot be verified. Last paragraph. The law is very clear as to the civil liabilities and the remedy available to me if you fail to comply with federal law. I am logistics consumer and fully intend on pursuing litigation in this matter to enforce my rights under the FCRA. So on and so forth, same information. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the 4 letters. That is all the information. I have those letters for you for the price of free $99. Okay. I take donations though. A brother does take I take donations. But anyway, my email's in the description below. Hopefully this information will help somebody. Once you send me an email requesting this information on my email that I have listed below, please give me at least 3 days, 72 hours to get this package out to you. It will come in your email. Everything is electronic and everything is for free $99. Everything is free. Okay. Hopefully this information finds you well. Hopefully this helps somebody out. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And if you got some collections on your account, then email me and I'll help you get it off. You guys have a great and wonderful evening. I'm out.